Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Too Many Guys Soccer Show, Lower League Supplement. I'm your Lower League correspondent, Chelsea Mike Shostak, affectionately known around the grounds here as the Pretty One. Sorry. Let's get you up to speed on what's happening in tiers 2, 3, and 4 of English football. First, I want to tell you there is an absolute bevy of championship and League One games on this weekend. Championship and League Two are playing Friday and Monday. League One playing Saturday, Monday. ESPN has you covered. So here's the schedule. Keep in mind that the times I'm going to tell you are Eastern Daylight Time. On Friday, you can literally watch championship matches all day. Starting with Luton Town, they're taking on Notts Forest in an enormous promotion battle. That game starts at 7:30. That'll be followed by another huge match. You've got Bournemouth taking on Middlesbrough at 10. Both of those sides are in the promotion playoff race. You also have Birmingham Coventry at 10 as well. At 12:30, Huddersfield look to improve their outside automatic promotion chances versus QPR. Finally, at 3, the leaders Fulham are taking on Derby in a game Derby are sure to need to stay up. Saturday, ESPN Plus turns to League One. You've got Rotherham taking on Ipswich at 7:30, followed by the leaders Wigan taking on Cambridge at noon. Then you've got the MK Dons taking on Sheffield Wednesday at 2:40. Monday we have League One and Championship. Middlesbrough Huddersfield 7:30, QPR Derby at 10, alongside Plymouth Argyle and Sunderland in a crucial playoff matchup in League One. Then we head back to the Championship for Bristol and Sheffield United at 12:30, Nottingham Forest and the fading Albion of West Brom at 3. There is so much lower league football for you to watch this weekend. 10 plus matches. Skip work and I promise I won't tell your boss. And if my boss is watching, I will definitely be working, not watching footy. All right. Let's start the report with teams looking to avoid being sent down in the Premier League. Let's take a look at the sides facing relegation. As we mentioned in our last report, Everton have never been relegated from the Premier League. And it certainly looked as though they were heading down. Frank Lampard's side taking a big loss to Burnley last week. Going into the weekend, it would have been easy to think that Burnley, taking on the almost surefire relegation side, Norwich, and Man U heading to the Merseyside, would have been, it would have emerged that Everton would have gone behind into the relegation standings. But that was not to be. There's one team in the entire EPL playing with less gusto and vigor than Everton. It's Man U. Everton flipped the script, winning 1-0, and Burnley fell. Toffees are 4 points clear with 8 matches remaining, all to play for. Watford and Norwich still look like they're going down, having one fewer game to play and behind on points. But at this point, it's still worth watching Leeds. Leeds have 6 matches to play. They're 5 points ahead of Everton, but should there be a downturn in their fortunes, it could leave them vulnerable. They're certainly having a disappointing season given how well they played last year. Your lower league correspondent, will continue to monitor the situation and report back to you as often as possible. We'll keep an eye on it as we get closer to the end of the season. In the Championship, you've got leaders Fulham moving closer to automatic promotion despite losing on Sunday at home to Coventry. More worth watching with them at this point is how many goals can Alexander Mitrovic score. Every goal that he scores this season is adding to his own personal record. And right now, he's only played 38 games, but has 38 goals. He's got 6 more matches to try to find 40. And congrats to him on a stellar season. Behind Fulham, you've got Bournemouth. Bournemouth drew with 7 games left in their season. They're tied for with most of the promotion candidates for games looking to go up. Dominic Solanke's having a great season for them. He's nowhere near Mitrovic in terms of goals scored, but the former Liverpool and Chelsea man will be bringing this back to the Premier League next year, perhaps looking to recreate the success of Ivan Toney, last year's Golden Boot winner, himself a kind of reclamation story. So keep an eye on that. If Bournemouth have one threat to steal their automatic promotion spot, though, it might come in the form of Nottingham Forest. Forest are winners of their last 5. They're undefeated in 10, and they're streaking at just the right time in the direction of the playoffs. They're in 4th right now, behind Huddersfield. Forest have 2 games in hand on everybody in the playoff mix, and the same amount of matches as Bournemouth. So they're on level pegging there. They're plus 25 goal differential, miles ahead of everybody else in the playoffs. And they went so far as to give Liverpool fits in the FA Cup. Keep an eye on them. Luton Town, Sheffield United, Blackburn, and Middlesbrough are 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the standings. All of them didn't win this weekend. 2 of these 4 are going to round out the playoff field, but I'm keeping a keen eye on Middlesbrough. They've got 1 game in hand on their playoff contenders, and they're coming off a good FA Cup run. And while they lack a true scoring leader, they've been finding goals from all over the pitch. I wouldn't be surprised if they snuck in, and wouldn't be surprised if they, if they had a good time in the playoffs. Let's look at the bottom of the table. You got Barnsley, Derby, and Peterborough. They're shuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic. They all look ever more likely to go down. Barnsley, of course, were a playoff team last year, and so it must be a great disappointment to be a Barnsley fan. We'll keep watching the bottom of the league. There's still a lot of intrigue around Derby County and whether or not they'll actually play next year. So I'll keep my eyes out and let you know if there's any major developments coming at the bottom of the championship. But we're less than a month from the end of the League 1 and 2 seasons. And as I mentioned on the main show, we had our first relegation of the season. So it's time to do an in memoriam, complete with music. Do we have the music? Where's the music? Never mind, we'll get it in post-production. Oh, there it is. So Alexandria they are not just a group of guys. They are from the town of Crewe, and they were named Alexandra after the wife of the future Edward VII. The Alex had played in the league since 1921, but they would have been relegated from it no fewer than 6 times in the 50s, 70s, and 80s, having finished at the bottom of the league, but the rules were different then. At one point in the 50s, they did not win in 56 consecutive road matches. Since the formation of the 4th tier in the 40s, the Crew have spent most of their time there. And to League 2, Crewe Alexandra, you shall return. Crewe Alexandra, we hardly knew thee, but we'll see you in League 2 next year, and we're hoping for big things. We'll speak more about the top of League 1 next week. But at the bottom, Gillingham, Morecambe, and Fleetwood are all locked on 38 points in the final relegation spot. I'll give an advantage to Fleetwood here. They have an extra game in hand, and they have superior goal differential. Not to mention their schedule is the easiest of all. Gillingham and Fleetwood are playing on Monday before our next broadcast, and it could be crucial. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you add AFC Wimbledon to the mix, who are second bottom, all the teams have 4 or 5 games to save their league status. Let's see how it goes before our grand finales on the 30th of April and 6th of May in League 1. Let's take a look at the League 2 relegation situation too. We've already done our in memoriam to Scunthorpe. Are we going to play the song again? All right, no. There you go. Scunthorpe. Bye. But meanwhile, Barrow, Oldham, and Stevenage are all set at 37 points on the final relegation spot. Only one will lead the league. Oldham seemed to gain an upper hand, dealing Stevenage a defeat in a crucial game last week, before following to automatic promotion contenders Port Vale. Stevenage, meanwhile, script flip, defeated bottom dwelling, although not really relegation fearing Colchester. Barrow are losers of 4 straight and suddenly find themselves in a relegation situation. All 3 of these teams have 2 games this weekend. Barrow are taking on the leaders Forest Green Friday and 8th place Salford City on Monday. Oldham are facing 5th place side Northampton Friday, Forest Green on Monday. Easy schedule for Forest Green. Stevenage have their crucial match Monday against Scunthorpe, bottom of the table. And Friday, they're against the lower side, Rochdale. Oldham have both the fewest amount of games and the most difficult schedule. So it's easy to see the founder Premier League members bound for non-league football. But one thing to know about League Two is anything can happen at any time, so stay tuned. All right, everybody. This has been the Lower League supplement to the Too Many Guys Soccer Show. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. You could catch our main podcast on YouTube or wherever you get podcasts on your space phones. For Too Many Guys Soccer Show, this is Chelsea Mike Shustak signing off. Enjoy yourself.